Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Yes, I did it again. I know Lisa needs another set of fine liners like she needs a hole in her head. But this time it wasn't my fault. This time it was one of your faults. Yes, one of you who shall remain nameless told me when I swatched out the Cool Bank colored pencils that I liked so much. If you haven't seen that video, it is in my swatching playlist. Very, very nice pencils that have both a color number and a color name on them, and they color beautifully. One of my subscribers told me Cool Bank also has a set of fine liners out there, and I'm like, oh, you should not have told me that. But of course, I had to go check it out. Sorry for the glare. It is evening here, so I have to have all my lights on. I had to go check them out, and oh, they looked and sounded very, very nice. They come in this metal tin. It says 72 fine liners, artist quality, rich and vibrant colors. So this is the top of the tin. And then on the bottom, it says high quality artist grade fine liner pens, unique colors, water-based ink, 0.4 millimeter super fine tip, which is what all of our fine liners are. Smooth and uniform, non-toxic, acid-free, not suitable for children under 3 years due to small parts, which may cause a choking hazard. Yeah, I wouldn't let Matt play with these. Although I don't think she'd swallow anything, but you never know. Okay, anyhow, if you open up the tin, the cover does come completely off, which I kind of like. Again, if it's hinged, you have to have more room on your desk. I have not looked at these pens, but I did see in the top of the inside of the top case, the part of the case, I should say, they do list all of the color numbers, and I'm crooked here, the numbers and the names. Let me zoom you in a bit. Okay, so we start off with number 001 with the grays. Now, as I look through here, I do see some of them may be out of order a little bit, and you know how that drives me crazy. So I don't know, after I swatch these out, which we're going to do, of course, we have to have another swatching video, right? If I'm going to end up keeping them in numerical order, or if I'm going to put them in my own color order. Originally, when I did the Ohuhu fine liner and brush tip, the dual end ones, those were numbered 1 through 100. Love those also. And I just did a color and chat using them. I originally redid them all, put them all in color order, but then the colors that I wanted were hard to find. So I ended up putting them back in numerical order. So I may just leave these in numerical order. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see when we swatch them out, because it seems like there's like brown here, and then we have the browns down here. So, you know, they're not all together. But we'll see. We'll see what everything looks like. So let's zoom back out a little bit. So let's see what the pens themselves look like. And, okay, just like the colored pencils, we do have a little card in here that just thanks you for, you know, choosing their product and leaving them feedback on Amazon. And what do we have here? Looks like some stencils, 2 packs of stencils. Let's see what they look like. Okay, let's look at this first, but I'll put them against the black so we can see them. Okay, so there's a little number up in the upper right-hand corner. Let me push this off to the side a little. Let's look at these. I'll zoom in a little bit. Might as well look at all the other goodies we got with the pack of the fine liners. Well, these could come in handy. Here we have some rectangles and some other little shapes. We have clouds, Little birds. Oh, that could be nice doing, you know, in your backgrounds on your pictures. Okay. Another couple clouds, and then you can put like a little saying in these. Little square. Hey, these could come in handy like if you are doing color charts. Make your little squares to color in. What's on this one? Some more, what do you call them? Call outs? I'm not sure what you call them. More little bitty squares and some hearts. Some bigger rectangles. Big square. Here's some lines. Some more rectangles. Oh, lots of clouds. Sun. Umbrella. Moon. So we have weather-related ones. Oh, all different kinds of geometric shapes here. Some more squares. Pendants. Wow. Lots of stuff that you can use for in the backgrounds. That's kind of neat. To include something like this with a fineliner set. A weekend. Really cool. Boy, and this is just one pack, so there's 10 in each pack, it looks like. Wow, look at all the shapes on here. We have music and... Wow, here's your set of numbers. Wonder if they have an alphabet in one of these. Okay, we have some keys. All different. Okay, so that's one set. 1 through 10. So I'm assuming these are 11 through 20. Yep. Okay, so we have some more shapes, ribbons. Wow, lot of stencils. This would work great with pastels too. Wow, look at all of these. Little doggy prints. Some of them aren't punched out completely, but no biggie. You can get that punched out. Leaning Tower of Pisa down here. Statue of Liberty. We even have pizza and an ice cream bar. Some wine, yes. We do need that sometimes, don't we? Flowers. Here's some more clouds and stuff, which is always nice to, you know, put in some backgrounds. Oh, I do like these types of things. Your flourishing type of designs. This is a nice border. Oh, these are cool. I like these. This would be really neat to put like around the corner, in each of the corners on your coloring page. Really cool. Or even like this. Hope. Especially come in handy with everything we're going through right now. More nice shapes down here. Love. There's a hot air balloon. Kitty cat. Oh, here you go. All your different size circles, squares, all your geometric shapes in different sizes. That could be a handy one too. If you do circles for anything or squares. Oh, I love these too. Really neat. Okay, and then here, the last one, it does have your alphabet on and a little bit larger numbers, and then even in Roman numerals, along with your ampersand, your dollar sign, and your question mark. I wish they had a little bit smaller of an alphabet, because then like on your nameplate page, You could just stencil in your name. These are kind of big to do that, though. Be nice if they had like the uppercase and then some lowercase ones that are a little bit smaller than this. But really cool. I like that. Okay, I'll get them back in the sleeves later. Let's get on to the swatching, what we came here for. All right, so I did just quickly create this, printed it out on plain paper for now, and I went ahead and I typed in the numbers ahead of time so that I didn't have to write these out on camera. And I'm just going to write in, I did notice, you know, from the lid that we do have the color number and a color name. Let me zoom you in a little bit so you can see that. See if it focuses. Okay, there we go. So yes, we do have a number and a name, and it says Cool Bank Fineliner 0.4 millimeter, and it's very legible because you have a silver barrel, and this is a nice dark black lettering. So very, very easy to read. The tip is color-coded, as is the cap. We shall see how close the cap resembles the color. You know, in our more budget-friendly sets, they have a tendency not to always match up exactly. And many times the color name does not correspond sometimes to the color, the actual color, but inside is our typical fine liner tip. Okay, so let's go ahead and swatch these out. Now they are thinner. They are octagonal. Is that a word? No, hexagonal. Octagonal would be 8. Is this 8? Let's count them. No, I think they're hexagonal. In shape, they remind me sort of the Stabilos because of the thin caps, also with no clip. I think these would actually fit in pencil cases much nicer than some of the other fine liners because they are thin. So we shall see. Because, you know me, I will not be keeping them in this tray. They do come with these that, you know, oh, I'm zoomed in too far now. With the trays, you know, with the finger grips that are sometimes hard to get out. Now, these trays are a little bit shorter, so these are actually not that bad to get out. But here we have number 1 through number 24. And then we have a second tray. And then we have our third tray. And I'm going to keep them out so that I can get at them easier while we are swatching. And I'm going to put the tray to the side. Put these over on the right side so I'm not constantly grabbing from in front of you. Okay, so here we have 001 Warm Gray. So I will again zoom you back in, and I am just going to write in the name, color name. It just makes it so much easier when I go to make the color chart if I have the color name already written in there. Okay, now it's kind of hard to see with this light color, but boy, that seems to be juicy. We'll be able to see more as we get into the darker colors. 002 is silver. Oh, these are really nice. And of course, I'm going to see if I can match colors to the Belba family coloring books. 003 is Glaucous. That's a new one. Glaucous. Never heard of that color name before. And we know these came from overseas because gray is spelled G-R-E-Y and not G-R-A-Y. And 004 is dark gray. Oh yes, these are very nice and juicy. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you could see it on camera or not. They're so juicy. I can see the wetness, you know, going down like when you're working with alcohol markers and you can see the wetness before the alcohol evaporates. It's kind of what I can see with these. 005 is a natural gray. Okay, and that's a warmer one. Almost seems like we have a warmer and a cooler, and then a warmer gray. So they're kind of alternating. Here we have a brown, and it's called dark brown. But like I said, it looked like there were a number of additional browns, but they were more at the end. So I have no idea who, number one, decides the color names, and number two, I don't know if they just kind of throw them up in the air and pick them up and decide, okay, that's all the order we're going to put them in, or what? Or they put them in here and they're like, oh, shoot, we had some more earth tones. Yeah, we'll just put them at the end. 007 is black. Oh, shoot, we forgot a gray. Or we forgot a green, I mean, and we'll just put it in here. Very nice black. Again, still nice and juicy. Misty blue. Oh yes, my Misty at one time was quite blue. If you've been a subscriber of mine for a while, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Misty is my cat. Oh, that is a really nice light blue. You don't find that color in Fineliners all the time. Then we have cerulean blue. Oh, pretty. So far, they seem to be actually matching the caps relatively well, which would be great. Light blue is number 10. Okay. So we have a number of blues here. Oh boy, what is that? Smyma blue? Another one I never ever heard of. S-M-Y-M-A blue. Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, isn't that pretty? That one is a little bit, you know, brighter of a blue than what the cap is. The cap makes it look much more pastel than what it is. Matter of fact, it matches the next cap much better. The next one is cobalt blue. Okay, and yeah, it is very similar. As a matter of fact, this one actually is a little bit lighter than the previous one. Hence the need to color swatch. Dark blue is number 13. Can never go by the caps, right? At least not for many of our budget-friendly coloring mediums. And we have navy blue. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Beautiful darker blue. And then we have peacock blue. Oh, that's gorgeous. Beautiful. And we have 3 more lighter blues. Well, lighter than these. Persian blue. Let's move you up just a tad here. Oh, gorgeous. So far I am really liking this set too. I have really been lucking out with the sets that I've been getting. Ultramarine. Oh, another pretty color. One more blue. At least right here. I don't know if we'll have more coming down the pike or not that aren't in order here. Okay, very similar, but yet just a tad different too. It's got a little bit of a different hue to it. Okay, let's go into some greens, and here we have what looks to be kind of a minty green, and it's called Sushi. Okay, yes, it's a gorgeous mint green. Love it. Love that color. Fluorescent green, number 20. Oh, nice bright spring green. Then we have the peppermint. These are some unique color names. They still are closely, most of them anyhow, closely representing, you know, the cap colors are closely representing the actual color of the ink. A couple of them were a little off, but not bad. Light green. Oh, pretty grass green. Okay, we have a couple darker greens here. Did I call it or what? Dark green. Nice forest type of green. Last one in this tray is, oh my gosh, forest green. No, I did not plan that out. That's funny. Little bit of a difference, but those two are very similar. Okay, so that is tray 1. Let's put that back in the tin. And, oh wow, we have a number of additional greens here. Holy cow. Arctic green. Ooh. Wow, that is so juicy. I don't know, can you see that? It doesn't quite pool on the paper, but wow. I mean, it's, yeah, these are juicy. That does happen to be one that does not match the cover at all. And I would say just exchange some of these, but you got the tip also, so I guess you can't, you know, move the tips around to correspond better to the actual colors, but emerald. Oh, that's pretty. It's like a darker mint green. That one and the sushi would go together really well. Then we have a yellow green. Okay, that does not look yellow green to me. We shall see. To me, it's more important that it matches the cover. because that's kind of what we look at first. And it is not a yellow-green, but it more closely, you know, resembles the cover. So green. Be nice if, you know, the cover and the color name corresponded, but a little bit darker shade. It's a pretty color. And two more darker greens. We have Persian green. So we had Persian blue up there. Now we have Persian green. A little bit more of a blue to that one. And then finally in the greens we have blue-green. Again, very similar, a little bit lighter than the previous one. Let's go on to some purples. All right, we have lavender. Oh, that's pretty. And we have a lilac 32. Very pretty. These color, because they are so juicy, I mean, you can get them colored solid very easily, which you can't always do with your fine liner. So, you know, these would work in coloring books really nice. We have light purple. Oh, so pretty. And we have violet. Very similar to the previous color, maybe just a tad darker. And we have purple. Oh, love that color. Gorgeous. One more purple, and it is dark purple. Okay, a little bit of a different shade than the prior one. All right, let's go up to the second column. And we're going to go into some peaches. So here we have light flesh. So hopefully this will be a flesh tone for us. Would be nice to have some flesh tone in fine liners because that's, you know, more colors that are hard to find. That is a very nice flesh tone. Then we have yellow pink, which I guess the flesh tone technically is a yellow pink, isn't it? Never thought of it like that, but okay, a little bit darker. And cherry red. Okay, I normally think of cherry red as a cherry red, you know, a bright red. Doesn't look like this one will be. And almost the exact as the prior color. Not much difference at all. Unfortunately. Flamingo. Okay, a little bit darker. So these shades do go together really well, though. Okay, here's one that looks like it would go with the pinks or purples, but and it's called Apricot. Don't think it's an apricot color. These would be apricot, maybe. And it is going by not the color name, but by the tip, and it matches really well, but definitely not apricot. Rose. So again, you wonder who names these. Oh, that's pretty. That's a deep pink. And fluorescent pink. F-L-U-O-R. Have to have our fluorescence, right? These are so pretty on black background, like mandalas and stuff. Love the fluorescence. Nice bright pink. We have light carmine. Now this one seems a little bit drier. I'm going to check this one off because I may be able to fix that. And we have light pink 45. That's the only one that was a little bit drier. All the rest of these have been extremely juicy. As you can see by, again, being able to color in so solidly with a fine liner. Oh my gosh, this one is called Peach. Kind of like the apricot that is actually pink. Peach is going to be pink if this cap is any indication. And it is. So, whoever named these do not know their fruits. And we have peony. Well, at least I think this one is appropriately named. Does look like a peony. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that color. Last in this tray is dark rose. This other rose color is really unique. I haven't seen anything like that before, especially in a fine liner set. Again, very similar to peony. Just a teeny bit of a difference, but very, very similar. And we know we always get duplicates in our more budget-friendly sets, but especially when you have 72 only versus 100. I mean, even in 100, you don't like to get duplicates, but when you have a, not that 72 is a small set, don't get me wrong, but it'd be really nice if they would use those that are so similar to add maybe an additional blue or a green or an earth tone or wherever it's needed. Dark violet. Maybe skin tones. All depends upon what you're going to be using your fine liner set for. Maybe you will never be doing, anything where you need to worry. Oh, that's pretty. Where you need to worry about skin tones with your fine liners. Pink. But we still color things like faces and stuff with fine liners. So. Ooh, that's pretty. Another really nice, juicy one. Let's do some reds. This one is called Carmine. Nice orangey red. And we have red. A little bit lighter than the previous one, but very similar. And we have wine red. Now this, to me, again, does not look wine red. You think of a real deep red for wine red. I'm hoping we do have a deep red. It is, you know, this is what I would call red. It's not a wine red. Next one looks like a little bit of a darker red, but we'll see. This one's called light red. Oh, this is fun. Oh my, now this one is dry. This is the first dry one that I've run across. Again, I'm going to see if I can fix that. Maybe I'll put it in the tray upside down. What was the other one? Light Carmine 44. I'm going to put that one upside down in the tray. I can find it easier. There. Okay, let's go into some yellows. Fluorescent yellow. Whoops. Ooh, that is definitely a fluorescent yellow. That would glow in the dark. Egg yellow. Egg yellow. That's another different name. Very pretty yellow, though. And the lemon yellow. That's a nice bright sunny yellow. This next one looks to be a nice pale yellow, and it's called just yellow. Oh, it is a nice pale. You know, when I look at all of these colors, we have so many beautiful pastels in this set. And I'll kind of go through that, I guess, at my end synopsis of all the colors. But, yeah, there's some really pretty pastel colors. Orange. Pastels are always nice for Easter, right? Pretty, kind of a yellowish orange. Then we have fluorescent orange, another fluorescent. So I'm assuming this is going to be a bright orange. Ooh, and I was right. And we have salmon pink. Okay, if you say so. No, it's an orange. I beg to differ. It's a little bit darker than orange. Now, it looks like we're going to get into some earth tones and maybe a couple oddballs. Here's yellow ochre. Okay. Nice light brown tan color. And ochre brown. Okay, this isn't quite on the juicy side either. Not dry, I mean it's not bad, but not as juicy as the others. I'm just so used to the other ones being so nice and juicy. Medium green, so they did decide to throw green in down here. They just didn't feel like sticking it up by the greens and having to renumber all the other ones. And scarlet red, another one they forgot. Well, that's a nice orange. Now we have the yellow orange, a little bit deeper of a yellow orange, and then got a nice orange on the reddish side, but and sienna. Because I was kind of thinking, boy, that's kind of light for a regular standard orange. This one's maybe on here on the dark side, but not bad. Okay, it's a nice light brown. Tinge on the reddish side, and we have light brown. I'm hoping it's going to match this cover so that we do have a nice tan. Don't always get a nice tan. No, it's a little bit darker than the lid. I mean, it's still a pretty brown, don't get me wrong, but it's always nice to have a light tan. Light ochre. Many, many sets. The light tan is what's missing out of the earth tones. Not just fine liners, but your alcohol markers, you know, things like that. Sandy. Another nice earth tone. We only have 3 left. Tawny. Oh, that's pretty. And this is very nice, juicy one again. Love that brown. And we have 2 that kind of look on the reddish side. Burnt carmine. Definitely on the reddish side. So you can either think of that as an earth tone or as a deep red. Finally, we have dark red. Okay, definitely a dark red. Or, again, an earth tone. Reddish brown. So there we have them all swatched out. Get them back in the tray here. Let's zoom you back out. How far out do I want to zoom you? Well, we kind of want to see all the colors at once. So, yeah, like I was saying, though, I think we have some beautiful pastels. If you're looking for fine liners with pastels, we have this beautiful light blue pastel, beautiful mint green. We have the lavender and lilac shades. We have this beautiful light flesh, this peach. We have a, it's supposedly apricot, but it's like a pastel pink. This beautiful light yellow, a pastel yellow. So you can see all the colors and stuff have a beautiful pastel color to them. I like that. Those would be so pretty all put together in like a pattern, you know, a mandala or something, pulling out all the pastel colors. Ooh, or they'd really contrast nice to the darker shade in that set. Yeah, very, very nice. I do like, for a 72 set, I think they have a very nice variety of colors. Again, there are a few, again, like in most of our more budget-friendly sets, that are real similar. These are very, very similar. These are very similar. These two up here were very similar. You know, and again, I wish, you know, we could have maybe had, you know, this orange isn't bad. The one that's called salmon pink. So I guess, you know, that's not too bad. Maybe an additional yellow would have been nice. Maybe another pink. A light tan would have been nice. The blues look pretty good, because we do have our standard blue. I was waiting for that as we were going through all this. I wanted a regular blue. Don't have, well, we do have the navy blue here. Don't have a super dark green, but we do have the dark green and forest green, which again are pretty similar. Do not have the real deep purple. You know, or a real, well, no, I think the pinks are pretty good. But yeah, I think, like I said, overall, I think this is a really nice set. Again, they're very, very juicy, with the exception of them couple, especially this one. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can get some water in there and add it, and see if I can get that going. But very nice. Love the fact, you know, again, that they have the color numbers and the names. If you keep them in the tins and you don't want to swatch them out, you do have this. But you have to keep in mind that the printing on here or paper is only as good as the printer is. So these are not going to perfectly represent the ink that is in the pen, because they do not look like this. Like blue, ultramarine, they do not look like that at all. Here they look very purple, and yeah, they're definitely blue. So, you know, you really can't go by this. Yeah, because look at all these. I mean, these all look at all these pinks. We know we didn't have that many pinks. Yes, we do have quite a few, but again, they don't look quite like that. So, yeah, again, you got to this kind of gives you an idea of the color range that's in there, but not exactly what the color is. So, best to maybe make a smaller swatch chart than this one, and maybe, you know, if you're going to keep them in the tin, maybe tape it into the lid, if you know, if you want to use the tin. So, okay, well, that is that. I'm going to put these stencils back in the case too, so I have everything together. So that is the swatching and the review of the Cool Bank 72 set of fineliners. I hope you enjoyed this, if you made it through this video and to the end, because we're at 48 minutes. Wow, that's a long swatching video. But we did go through all those stencils too, so yes, thank you so much for watching, for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoyed looking at all the pretty colors, and I will leave a link down below to these pens in case you would like to try them out yourself. I hope everybody's having a terrific day, and as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.